Mr. Dixon.
Good afternoon, yes.
At the moment. This quite a lengthy affidavit, sir, attaching documents the courts. Well, hang on, let me just check that. You were charged with an offence of stopping an unloading zone, is that right? It was heard at the court before Judicial Registrar Ms Soldani. Says no plea was taken. Does that mean you didn't enter a plea?
No, I took a plea on the day.
You pleaded guilty or not guilty?
I pleaded not guilty.
Thank you. Did you give evidence?
No. I didn't actually get an opportunity to give evidence.
Right. Your affidavit, which comprises 7 pages, covers a number of things, including criticism of Ms Soldani's performance as a judicial officer. Which you're perfectly entitled to do. You don't think you're not allowed to do that. But you invoke also legislation that is quite archaic, and you also seek to rely on material that other people have given you. For example, paragraph 21, the lawyers of counsel stated infringement is not a fine. She based her decision on that claim, counsel's defence and her failure to understand. You make a demand that this court provide legislation for you to validate her decision. I'm not quite sure what you want me to do. If you want a review, there's no time to do that now, but it can be booked in and you can have this argument on some other day. It can't be done in the mention court, which is what this is. You've been sitting here a while, I know, and you've seen that they're short cases. They're not people pleading not guilty or complicated cases. You've seen the adjourned people pleading not guilty, or people whose pleas are going to take more than 10 minutes or so, because that's our system, like law. So it can be adjourned after that. But if you think she's made an error in law, you have the option of reviewing her in the county court as an appeal.
I attempted to do that, ma'am,
the option,
and I was rejected by the staff here.
You have the, well...
I was told I had to follow this process first, and I could not take it to the county court without doing this process, and yes, I agree that they've lied to me. No, it's not right. We've checked with the county court, and it can be appealed straight away.
What I think has to happen, because I certainly haven't got the time to hear this today in this court, is get it booked in for a special argument fixture at some point to see whether your review is granted or not.
Understand. I was going off the guidance of the staff
Yeah.
at the court desk
Yeah.
there, and they told me that I could not appeal. I told them that that was a breach of many laws, but they said I had to follow this process. We've since done some investigating with the county court, and the county court have said yes, of course it can be appealed directly from the case. If the court pleases, I'm happy to scrap this and take it straight to the county court, as I did want to in the beginning, but I've been misled.
I don't have the legislation in front of me, so I can't check whether that's the case. I've got a faint recollection that there is some process that the only review is through this system, through us. That's only a faint recollection. I could be wrong about that.
Supreme Court actually as well, ma'am.
On a question of law, you can go to the Supreme Court, for sure.
No, for judicial review is through the Supreme Court as well.
Right. Well, there may be something in the legislation that says initially you have to go through this way, and then if that's refused or whatever, then you can go to the Supreme Court. I don't know. Because people who make errors of law, judicial officers who make errors of law, are reviewed in the Supreme Court. They're not appealed to the county court. So I think the best thing is to simply adjourn it for about an hour. You come along and the court will have the time then to devote to the issues that you're raising. And certainly we'll be able to have the legislation to see what's happening. So we'll just try and get an hour hearing date for you.
This doesn't interrupt in, or does this affect in any way the appeal to the county court? Because I was told by the staff here, and once again, that once this decision was made that I could appeal to the county court, and they said that this was the procedure to follow. So am I still allowed to appeal to the county court, even though this is going beyond a month?
This process, I can't see why that wouldn't be the case. You've got an application for a review by this court, and I'm adjourning it. I'm not finalising it and stopping you. It's not as if that will stop the clock running or start the clock running, sorry, for the county court.
I'm just trying to check who knows what, because I've been misled by other people in this building,
well,
and
I certainly don't want that to happen, and I certainly don't want whoever ends up hearing this to be caught on the hop like I am in the mention court at the end of the day. So,
ma'am, I was told there would be a judicial review today in open court. That's what I was told, not that it was a mention.
Yeah. Well,
once again, misinformation by...
I don't know how it ended up in this court. You can see the sort of cases that we've been dealing with.
Yeah, totally understand.
It's not this... Anyway, the court has picked the 29th of August. I hope that's a date that's suitable to you.
Okay. Ma'am, can I ask what's going on here? Because I was told that this was the case today, and I walk in and nobody knows, like, she's got no idea that I was here, that it was being heard. Why was it even lodged on today if this is the case that these were not the right sort of cases heard? It just seems like incompetency over and over and over again.
You picked the date. I think on the 17th of June. I don't know, I'm guessing that's your handwriting down the bottom?
Correct, yes.
Well, you picked the date, review to be heard on the 15th of July at 10 a.m.
The review to be heard, not a mention, the review.
Yeah, I can't explain it. I can't explain it.
Well, ma'am, I need some, what's going on? Maybe I need some compensation or something, because you can't just keep on dragging me to the court.
Your case isn't dismissed or anything.
I get that, but it sounds very corrupt, ma'am, because I'm here, it says there that there's a mention, there's even paperwork to prove that there's a mention meant to be, sorry, not a mention, but the actual review, but then you're under the impression it's a mention. I've never heard that it was a mention. Everything just keeps on getting, it just seems because I'm reviewing a judge, it seems like people aren't too happy or something.
I get appeals all the time. Don't
understand.
Water off a duck's back.
So why have the court dragged me here today to waste my time? Because that's what's happened basically, that's what's
Why your
happened.
case has not
Excuse me,
gone-
miss, mind your own
No,
business.
Please don't shout in the court.
I'm not shouting, ma'am.
Okay, calm down. Everyone stay calm. I don't know why it was sent into this court. I've got no idea. And I don't know why it hasn't been dealt with in another court today. For all I know, there are only 4 other magistrates here. Okay, there's only 5 of us. For all I know, those other 4 courts that are running somewhere in the building all had cases back to back, and some of them couldn't get reached. Maybe yours is one of them. I don't know. Maybe 2 of the magistrates went home sick at lunchtime, and whoever was slated to hear your case isn't here. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I've been in court since 2:05. I haven't been out to make any inquiries or be told anything. I'm pretty sure the magistrates are all here, but why your case hasn't been heard, I can't explain.
Okay.
Your case was put before me by my registrar here early afternoon, or early this afternoon when we were waiting for someone in custody. And I could see it was this matter, and I said, no, not at the moment, because that's not a mention court matter. So that's all I can do. I can apologise on behalf of the court if it's the court's fault that your case has not been heard. Otherwise, I can't explain it.
I hope there's no impression or you're not trying to imply that it's my fault in some way, are you, ma'am?
Certainly not.
Okay, I'm just checking. Thank you.
Of course not.
What's the date that you've chosen, sorry?
29th of August,
29th of August. What time?
10 a.m.
10 a.m. No worries. Thank you.
As best as we can guarantee.
Not a problem. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you.